Everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at NIO's first quarter financial results for 2024. Some incredible results, if I'm being completely honest. And we're going to get a full understanding of what this means for NIO Future and what this means leading up into Q2 of 2024. So, of course, it starts off with saying NIO is a pioneer and leading company in premium smart electric vehicle market. Today announced its unaudited financial results for the first quarter ended in March 31st, 2024. Yes, they're a pioneer and a leading company in smart electric vehicles, but also in charging infrastructure and swappable batteries infrastructure, perhaps the only one who's doing swappable batteries on such a large scale. So in terms of vehicle deliveries, it was 30,053 in the first quarter of 2024. This consists of 17,809 premium smart electric SUVs and 12,244 premium smart electric sedans, representing a decrease of 3.2% from the first quarter of 2023 and a decrease of 39.9% from the fourth quarter of 2023 last year. Which is expected. Like I always say, the start of the year is usually a slow start for most manufacturers. So this is no surprise to me, of course, and it shouldn't be any surprise to you either. So looking at the key operating results, such as deliveries, it's actually very similar to Q1 of 2023 last year. Q1 this year, Q1 last year, very similar. In fact, Q1 last year, they actually delivered more vehicles, surprisingly. But it wasn't by much. It really wasn't by much. This year, they delivered 30,053. Last year, they delivered 31,041. Now, here's where it gets even more critical. In terms of the vehicle sales, they've amounted to $1,160,000,000 in revenue in the first quarter of 2024, representing a decrease of 9.1% from the first quarter of 2023. Of course, like I said, they did sell a little less vehicles and a decrease of 45.7% from the fourth quarter of 2023. Once again, that's due to the fact that companies have a slow start in Q1, Q2, and they build up once again towards Q3 and Q4. So it is to be expected, and I'm glad to see the honesty. The total amount of revenue is actually $1,372,000,000 in the first quarter of 2024. And once again, this is a slight decrease of 7.2% from the first quarter of 2023 and a decrease of 42.1% from the fourth quarter of 2023. And this is to be all expected. But reason I'm continuing to be bullish is because of what they did in May. The amount of vehicles that NIO delivered in May was incredible, to say the least. So yes, Q1, slow start. But April and May is where they've really been ramping things up. And I have a feeling that June is going to be strong as well. Overall, it's going to make Q2 of this year very, very strong for NIO. But now we can get into some positives. Gross profit was 67.6 million in the first quarter of 2024, representing an increase of 200.5% from the first quarter of 2023 and a decrease of 61.9% from the fourth quarter of 2023. Once again, don't worry about the fourth quarter of 2023. You can't compare that to this year. Comparing Q4 last year to Q1 this year is really difficult because it's a new year. Companies often build up from the start of the year. So if we really look at the positive, how did NIO deliver less vehicles this year in Q1, but the profit jumped up by 200%? Well, this is something that NIO has been talking about recently. It's optimizing for efficiency in all areas of the business. And this is something that NIO's been highly focused on recently, is how do we minimize costs and increase our profits, increase our margins, increase our revenue? To be ultra efficient, how can we build these vehicles at scale with more efficiency all across the board? And I think this year they've definitely proved that they can deliver less vehicles yet make more profit by just simply optimizing for efficiency. And this is something that Tesla did quite a long time ago. They were starting to optimize for efficiency because that was the most logical way to go. When you optimize for efficiency, you really can lower your losses by a lot. And here's where NIO updates us on the deliveries in April and in May, which were really impressive. These are my numbers. This is where I believe NIO is strongest, where they're building up to a really strong year. NIO delivered 15,620 vehicles in April 2024. 15,000. So in 1 month in April, they delivered half the amount they did in Q1. Really incredible stuff. And they delivered 20,544 vehicles in May 2024. In May alone, they delivered over 20,000 vehicles. Combine those 2 months, April and May, and there you would have over 36,000 vehicles. In 2 months, they delivered over 36,000 vehicles. That's already more than they did in the 3 months of the start of the year. This is what I mean when I say they're optimizing for efficiency. They started slow in Q1, but I'm telling you, Q2 is going to look incredibly strong. We're probably looking at 25,000 vehicles being delivered in this month, in June, which would be incredible because if they already delivered 36,000 vehicles in April and May, with another 25,000, you'll be looking at 61,000. 61,000 vehicles being delivered in Q2, approximately. If you do not believe me, look at the numbers, right? So 15,000 vehicles, right? In, what was that, in April, plus 20,000 vehicles in May, plus 25,000 vehicles by my estimate in June. Yes, this will easily equal out to around 60,000 vehicles, 60K cars. And this is for Q2, of course. Wouldn't that be incredible if NIO delivered twice as much car in Q2 that they did in Q1? So, and remember that was 30,000 vehicles in Q1 plus another 60,000 in Q2. You're easily looking at 90,000 vehicles in the first half of the year. Plus Q2, of course, yeah, you're literally looking at 90,000 vehicles. You know, that's absolutely incredible. So then if we look at Q3 and Q4, if they're delivering 60,000 vehicles in one quarter in Q2, imagine how much they can do in Q3. Are we looking at 70,000? And then in Q4, are we looking at another 70,000, maybe 60, maybe even 80,000? But let's just say in Q3, they deliver another 60,000. So Q3, they deliver another 60,000. And let's just say in Q4, by my estimate, they deliver another 60,000. Now, I think it will be a lot more. This is just my estimate. What will this equal to towards the end of the year? It's quite easy. So 60 plus 60, 120, right? Plus the 90 that they delivered in Q1 and Q2. That's 210,000 vehicles, 210K units for 2024 by my estimate. So it's 210,000 units plus. It's between 210,000 units to 230,000 units, in my opinion, NIO could deliver this year. This would be absolutely amazing. This would be absolutely amazing for NIO. And I can guarantee you, the stock prices right now, what is it, like $5? Yeah, it wouldn't stay at $5 for too long if NIO delivered over 200,000 vehicles this year, or 210,000 vehicles minimum. I'm looking at 210,000 vehicles minimum. If my math is wrong, which I believe it isn't, feel free to correct me. Let's learn together. But it definitely looks like NIO, they're gearing up for something special. So in all of this report, they also added some information on the first model from Onvu, the L60, the second smart car electric brand of NIO Inc., made its debut. Onvu originates from On Voyage, and its Chinese name, Li Dao, translate to path to happiness, meaning happiness on every path we travel with family. The logo of Onvu resembles an upward path, representing Onvu's aspiration of growth with all the families on a path always going up and a full of happiness. With a focus on family, Onvu is committed to creating better family life and bringing better brands and products experience to family users. On the same day, Onvu introduced the first product, the L60, a family-oriented smart electric, mid-size electric SUV. The L60 is now accepting pre-order in China. Wow, what a way to report on your financial results. So let me know what you think. I really want to hear your thoughts on the financial results for Q1 of 2024. It'll be very interesting because Q2 is going to be big. We're looking at anywhere from 55,000 to 60,000 vehicles in Q2 this year, 2024. Now, this would be beyond anyone's expectations, as I believe Q2 of 2023 last year, NIO delivered 23,520 vehicles. So if they deliver 60,000 vehicles this year in Q2, I think that's going to send shockwaves throughout the NIO community. It's going to send shockwaves throughout the electric vehicle community. It's going to say, hey, NIO knows how to play the long game. They know how to optimize for efficiency and for cost saving and to launch new brands to be competitive. But listen, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Leave a comment. I do want to hear your opinions on this. But also remember to subscribe to our newsletter. There is a link in the description below. So thank you for watching, subscribe, and I will see you in our next video. Peace.